What's up, friends, fellow card collectors? Cardhobbyist here, and welcome to the Cardhobbyist Weekly, episode 7. Today we have a awesome mail day from some of the YouTube community. We have a Blaster Rip and we have a Fairfield Rip, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. Okay, we're going to start off with the mail day. We got some mail from Sports Lots, Goody, TLM, Airtime. We'll just roll right into it. I won't babble too much, but here's the mail day coming right up. Okay, folks, time for another mail day. Back here at the desk, we got a couple envelopes from TLM. We got an order from Sports Lots. We got a care package from Mr. Goody G, and one final airtime delivery from Sunday Morning Trivia. I say one last, but at least one last for a while. Hopefully airtime does come back in the future and does some more Sunday Trivia. I already miss it. Well, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to go ahead and cut into everything here, and then we'll jump back. It'll be a split second for you, so give me one moment, folks. Okay, we got everything cut, so let's go ahead and see what we got. Let's start with the Sports Lots. Go ahead and get this envelope out of the way. Got a few cards here. Don't look like they're penny sleeved or anything. Like the little crown sticker there. It's a nice little touch. Let's go ahead and see what we got in here. Looks like we got some overproduction error wax to help protect the edge cards. So some good old 92 tops, Bobby Thigpen there. And Tony Gwynn. Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn. I think I have that card, but you know what? I'll have to look. Okay. So here's some stuff picked up from Sports Lots. Let's get the focus right here. They're pretty good right there. So we got a Trevor Story Bowman. We got a yellow Paul DeJong. Hint of Maeda purple. Altuve purple. Bregman. Tops 100. Benintendi. There's a J.A. Bowman. Blue. Alright, Dickey. Blue from opening day. Got 100 pence. I don't know what these are called. This one's numbered out of 99. Nelly Cruz refractor. DeGrom refractor. Ortiz. We got a Randy Johnson Marshalls silver. J-Up. Camo. We got a Kung Fu Panda. Jock Peterson rookie. Solaire rookie studio. Hunter Pence. Bo Jackson. Frank Robinson. All-time Diamond Kings. All-time Diamond Kings Mariano. Wade Boggs. And then mirror image of A-Rod and Correa. So pretty cool little lot there from Sports Lots. Really wasn't all that expensive. So figured go ahead and pick that up. Let's go ahead and see what TLM sent. TLM just on a mailing streak sending stuff to my house. So let's see what TLM sent. Hey, look. 89 Tom Glavine. 89 Tom Glavine. Bowman. No, it's not Bowman. 89 Tom Glavine tops. So a nice little Hall of Famer there of Tom Glavine. 89 tops. Tommy G. And then the other card he sent was Chipper Jones, 93 Donruss. There's a card I know I didn't have. 93 Donruss, Chipper Jones. Technically not a rookie. He hadn't played yet in the majors up until this point, but the way rookies were determined in that era were kind of strange. So his first card was in... We had multiple cards in 91 that are considered true rookies, even though his rookie year wasn't until 1995. You know, the same goes for Jeter, Mariano. Their rookies were their official rookie cards were, you know, a few years before they even made their debut in the majors. So this is from Goody. Goody sent a note. Make sure I'm not missing anything in that bag. Doesn't look like it. All right. See what Goody says here. As I said, I'm not a football card collector, but I bought a box of cards at a yard sale and it was a mix of baseball and a bit of football. If there are any other players you PC or teams you want, let me know. Goody. Okay, that's his email. If you have them, I will work surely to send them your way, Goody. Okay. Alright, folks. See what Mr. Goody sent us. So we got some in an envelope, some in a team bag, and my boy right there, Andrew Jones. Let's see what's in this team bag. Alright, there's Andrew Jones, World Series Heroes, of course, well known for hitting 2 home runs in his first ever World Series game. There's a Dale Murphy, what are these called? Hollows from Donruss 2020. Here's a Braves card with, I don't know who that is. Limke and somebody else on there. I'm not sure who that is. Gerald Perry, maybe? Oops. Dansby Swanson 2020, Tommy Gregg, and a NL All-Stars with Cocaine Keith and Dale Murphy. So very nice, some Braves cards there for the PC. And looks like we got some Dolphins here. We got a Dan the Man right on the top. It's awesome. Dan the Man Marino from says quarterback collection from Pinnacle. Very cool. Score 91 Dan the Man. Upper Deck Choice Dan the Man. Upper Deck Dan the Man from Black Diamond. Ultra Dan the Man from Greats. MVP Theater Dan the Man. Here's a from Finest Dan Marino. It's a sweet card. Look at this die cut. That is a sweet die cut. Number 13 Dan the Man. Got President's Reserve here. Aztec card Dan Marino. Pacific Collection, very groovy. Looks very late 60s, early 70s there. Flair, 95 Flair Preview, Dan Marino, sweet. And a Javon Curse. I don't really collect Javon Curse, but this dude was a freak. Javon Curse was definitely a freak. Got drafted by the Titans. Long, lanky defensive end. Was a freak of nature athlete. Very good defensive end. Thank you very much, Goody. Goody, I'm not sure if you make content or not, but I'll put your channel link in the description below if I can find it. I always have trouble finding some people's channels. But yeah, thank you very much, Goody. All right, let's see what Airtime sent. So Airtime, of course, we got a few questions right on the episode 60 of Sunday Morning Trivia. So I was expecting, you know, a plain white envelope from Airtime, because, you know, that's what we always got from Airtime, plain white envelope. But let's see, looks like there's a slab in here. Lee Richmond from OBAC. 2011 OBAC, Lee Richmond. Left-handed pitcher and outfielder, recognized the first player to ever pitch a perfect game. While playing for Worcester in 1880, Lee pitched a perfect game against Cleveland on June 12th. Lee was one of the first southpaws to throw a curveball. 5 strikeouts in the game. Luck would have it, Lee's perfect game came 5 days before the second perfect game in baseball history. Wow. First perfect game, huh? Dude looks more like a dock worker than a baseball player. That's a pretty cool card. Thank you, Jeff, for that. Oh man, there's another slab in here. It's a mini. It's a mini. Hold on, let me see this. Look, episode 60. Jeff Airtime. That's awesome. It's a mini. It's a graded micro. 1992 graded. They didn't have a slab to hold these micro cards. This is a tobacco card slab, as you can see. That's for holding tobacco-sized cards. The micros were teeny tiny. Mint 9, Topps Micro. Randy Johnson. That's pretty funny. That's pretty cool. I actually have this card. I got it in its raw form. I got the whole. I got all the Hall of Famers from 92 Micro. I picked up that set at a flea market. Let's see what else he sent. Eric Flowers auto. Wow. Nice. Eric Flowers sticker auto from rookie. Nice. From Contenders Draft Picks 2015. Flowers was kind of a disappointment in the NFL. First round draft pick tackle. Hasn't really performed well. He's currently on the Dolphins. And is still having trouble. Playing pro football. I would say like he's bad, but you know, he's in the NFL. Made the NFL. What more can you say? He was really good at Miami as a tackle. Just didn't translate to the NFL all that well, but is still making that NFL money. And I think that's... Oh, no, there's a pack of cards in here with some more Merinos. You guys are awesome. Good ETLM airtime. This is why my collection has gotten so big over this past year since I've been doing YouTube, is because of people like you. So more of these cut above Dan Marinos. So he'd been sending me these quite often, you know, whenever we were doing the envelope thing, not to count the whole phase where Airtime was only giving out a winner take all prize by randomization. Until he changed that back to every winner gets an envelope, which I'm sure every winner enjoys. Unfortunately, I was unable to ever win the winner-take-all prize, but, you know, that was a dark time in Sunday morning trivia. But this is cool, man. Like, I don't know if I have this complete set or not, but this definitely might fill all the gaps, because I know you sent me quite a few of these, Jeff, at least 3 or 4, if I recall. So, I'm not sure if I have this whole insert set yet, but I'm probably pretty close now. We got Sean McKeon from Michigan, Crown Royal. Sean McKeon. Here's another cut above. Oh, look at this. And his Pittsburgh uni. Dan Marino from Upper Deck. Fleer Focus Dan Marino. Pro Set Dan Marino. Upper Deck Dan Marino in the snow. Pretty cool. Dolphins Checklist from 93 Upper Deck. SPX Dan Marino. And Score Dan Marino. Score with a cameo from Jeff Uhlenhake there. Very nice. Thank you, Jeff, for all those awesome cards. The mini slab cracked me up because I know how you feel about minis, Jeff. I don't know how you feel about minis and slabs, but thank you very much for that. And the Eric Flowers auto. Thank you very much, TLM. Goody, Chef Airtime. That made for an awesome mail day. Definitely some stuff going into my collection that I did not have before. So let's go ahead and just send it right back to the host. Alright, that was an awesome mail day. Thank you very much, TLM, Mr. Goody, Jeff Airtime. I wouldn't have the amount of cards in my collection if it wasn't for the generosity of the community and all of you out there. I really appreciate it, because, you know, it's you all that makes me enjoy this hobby so much. I wouldn't even be in the hobby if I wasn't on YouTube sharing my collecting with you. If I was just, you know, just a guy that collected and didn't share it at all with anybody else, it's no fun to me. It was the reason I got into blogging before. I'd gotten back into collecting back in 2007, and it was just like, oh, that's cool and all, but it's kind of boring. You know, I need to share this. So I started blogging back around 2000. I want to say 2009ish, 2010ish. I started blogging at a card blog. It was called the Cardhobbyist as well. In case you wonder where my name came from, it was the name of the blog. And yeah, so like that made collecting fun, but blogging wasn't really my thing. Like writing felt like a chore to me. And then when I got on YouTube, you know, 9 years later or so, when I got back into collecting, I really enjoy this a lot more, doing the videos. And, you know, the fact of the generosity of all of you out there that are just willing to send me stuff. No questions asked, just being generous and sending it out. It still blows my mind. And it just has made this hobby so much fun to find a community like you all out there. So I want to thank all of you that, you know, watch my videos, that comment on my videos, you know, that visit the streams and chat in the streams. that's what's making the hobby fun for me, is that interaction with the community. So yeah, thanks again, once again, to TLM, Goody, and Jeff Airtime. Airtime, I'll miss hanging out with you on Sundays, but you got to do what you got to do. You got to take a break sometimes. So really appreciate it. Next up, we got a rare blaster rip. Not rare as in the blasters rare, although blasters are kind of rare. They're really tough to find in retail. But it's rare because you haven't seen me rip a whole lot of blasters here on the channel. It's not really my thing. I enjoy ripping a pack here and there. Every once in a while I'll get into a blaster. But yeah, I had gone to the local Walmart and they actually had a couple of blasters of this product, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. I haven't ripped any of this yet, so I'll give it a shot. And yeah, check it out. It's a blaster of 2020 Absolute Memorabilia. Yeah, enjoy. Okay guys, back here at the desk, we're going to be doing a blaster of Absolute Memorabilia from 2020. Haven't opened any of this yet, so we're going to check it out. We'll go with Green Dragon for this one since everybody picks Red Dragon in the breaks. I'm going to go Green Dragon, cut this one open. 2020 Absolute. This isn't really a product that's up my alley too much. Just doesn't have enough bulk to it, I guess you could say. I mean, you get 5 packs, but there's only 2 cards per pack, so for 20 bucks you're getting 10 cards. So you're paying, you know, $2 a card. Well, $2 plus since you're paying tax on this too. You are guaranteed 1 autograph or memorabilia card. There's the odds on it. Probably won't focus on it. A lot of small print on there as far as the odds are. There's parallels in here like the Spectrum, so there's 2 Spectrum Blue parallels per blaster. It says look for blaster exclusive rookie threads and rookie threads duels. So I hope to pull one of the rookies, one of the big rookies from this year in this. If not, maybe some Hall of Famers or Braves cards. So let's go ahead and get into it. I really don't think this product was that popular this year, because I've seen quite a bit of it available online. So I misspoke. I said 5 packs of 2 cards a piece. I meant 2 packs of 5 cards a piece. So a lot of wasted space here as far as the packaging is concerned. You know, you got this big old blaster box for 2 packs, which is, in my opinion, just a big waste of airspace, I guess you could say, and shelf space. I mean, you could put this in a value pack or fat pack type deal, or even just like a little tiny box to set up there like a deck of cards or something. But yeah, so this one feels thicker than this one, so this one probably has the relic in it. I'm assuming it's a relic because this one just feels a lot thicker. So we'll open this one, check out the 5 cards that are in this pack. So our first rip and only rip of Absolute Memorabilia. Let's take a look. So we got, this is the base card. We'll get the focus right on this. That's the base design on this Absolute 2020. Here's a Franmil Reyes, and we got one of the blues in here, and it looks like Spectrum Blue Brian Anderson, and another Spectrum of Jim Palmer. So Spectrum Unnumbered and Unsung Heroes of Eddie Rosario. So we did get one Hall of Famer in there in Mr. Jim Palmer, plus the other Spectrum Blue. So I guess that's our 2 Spectrums. And I'm guessing we won't get a Spectrum Blue in this one because it said 2. I believe it said 2 guaranteed per blaster. We got an Eloy on the back of this one. As you can see, there's the thicky hit. We'll say that for the end. Alright, so here's another Spectrum, a Eugenio Suarez, and another Spectrum of Bobby Bradley. So there's a rookie roundups insert set, and there's the Eloy introductions. Eloy had a really good year this year, along with the rest of the White Sox. Really mashed up there in Chicago. Let's see what our it is. Very hefty card here. Let's scroll down from the top. RTTG. Tony Gwynn? Love a Tony Gwynn. Nah, it's not Tony Gwynn. Who is that? Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham, not bad. Ricky Threads, Trent Grisham. Not numbered on the back. And there it is. Ricky Threads, Trent Grisham jersey card. Not a bad rookie. Trent's doing alright. The Padres just moved on to the NLDS as I'm recording this. As you're watching this, they'll probably already have a game or two under their belt for the NLDS. But Ricky Threads, not a terrible rookie. So didn't get any Braves, which was disappointing, and only one Hall of Famer, which is Jim Palmer. So like I said, this isn't a product I normally rip. I mean, you're only getting 10 cards. I mean, that's what you're getting for 20 bucks plus a relic. Not really my type of product. I would prefer a more robust product with a, probably a larger base set to help fill it out, and then you could still have your inserts and parallels and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think of Absolute Memorabilia. Did y'all rip any of this year? I know this was a product that came out a little while ago, so it's not the new hotness. But yeah, definitely let me know in the comments below. We'll send it back to the host. Alright, I was not too impressed with that product. Not because I didn't like the designs or anything like that. I kind of like the Absolute Memorabilia design. The Spectrum cards are really nice looking. Did get a hit in it because you're guaranteed a hit in every box. But for the price point of $20, you're only getting 10 cards. Yeah, you are getting a hit. Sometimes I don't look at the value of something as the value I'm getting back, which is a common thing in the hobby. Like, do you get your value out of a box? And you think about that in terms of monetary. Like, if you buy a $20 blaster, did you get $20 worth of cards out of there as far as like monetary value of what you could sell them as, right? That's one way of looking at it, but you also got to look at it as the enjoyment of the rip. I always say these with like Fairfield stuff. I should have saved that as a segue to the next segment, but but I always say this with like Fairfield stuff is like, how much enjoyment are you getting out of the rip? Is it a fun rip? You got to take that into account when thinking about value of a box. If you think about it just in terms of monetary, you're gonna lose a lot more than you win when ripping wax. If you rip a $20 blaster box, $150 hobby box, a $1,500 case, if you're looking at just the monetary value and you don't get it, you're not going to enjoy the rip. You're not going to enjoy the hobby. You do that over and over again and you're going to fall out of the hobby because you're not having fun. And the hobby is about having fun. I have no problem with people making money off the hobby. I have no problem with people ripping cases of stuff trying to make a profit on it. I have no issues with that as long as they're enjoying it. But if it gets to the point where you're no longer enjoying ripping stuff because you are not getting your value back out of it, your monetary value, it's going to end up driving you away from the hobby. So you got to have some enjoyment in the process of ripping it. I get great enjoyment out of ripping it because I love the actual ripping of the pack. Not knowing what's in there, the anticipation of it's a big part of the hobby for me. And yeah, I mean, that's why I enjoy things like, Fairfields, which will be the next segment. But this particular product, this Absolute Memorabilia, I kind of went on a little ramble there, sorry. It just, the 2 packs, 5 cards per pack, you get it in a blaster box that's, really way too big to hold 2 packs. I mean, you could fit 2 packs in a little, little hanger pack or something. It's just, there's not enough bulk of cards there for me. I don't mind. Some people don't like products with a lot of base cards, which is understandable if you're mainly looking for hits. But I do enjoy products with a lot of base cards because then you have a chance to pull, either more of your PC, like I might be able to pull more Hall of Famers or more Braves cards. So I prefer something with a little bit more base in it. Flagship's a great product for me because it's got Hall of Famers, it's got my Braves, and you're getting a lot of base cards. Now, granted, a lot of those base cards are going to end up being donated or given away or whatever, because they don't have any value monetarily. But it's a fun rip. You never know what's in there. But when you're only getting 2 packs, you're getting 5 cards per pack. You know, one of those cards is going to be a jersey or an autograph. More than likely a jersey because they're more common. I'm not a big fan of the relic cards. But, it is what it is. I tried it. I probably won't buy a blaster of that again. I'd prefer to rip something like, even opening day over Absolute Memorabilia, or even a box of Big League. Big League was nice this year. I really enjoyed Big League this year. I'd rather rip a blaster of Big League than a blaster of Absolute Memorabilia, and it has nothing to do with licensing. It's just the fun of the rip. A blaster of Donruss is better than a blaster of Absolute Memorabilia to me. But yeah, I'll quit rambling. Talked about Fairfields. I didn't use it as a nice smooth segue to get into this next segment, but let's go ahead and take it away with a repack rip of Fairfield Football. See you on the other side. Alright folks, back at the desk for a repack rip of Fairfield Football. This is not this year's Fairfield, this is last year's Fairfield, because you get the 75 cards and the 1 pack, while this year's Fairfield you get 50 cards and a bonus, whatever the bonus is. These are 1 and 4 contain a hit. The newer boxes where you only get 50 cards is 1 and 2, so better chances at a hit, but I'm not really opening these to try to get a hit or anything. I grabbed this box because it's got former Miami Hurricane Reggie Wayne on the front, so I had a PC card right off the bat. And like I said before, when I rip Fairfields, I'm always looking for, to add 4 or 5 cards to my PC, then I'm happy for the Fairfield. We'll look at the date on this one. It is December, so an end of the year box. See what we got in here. I'm not sure what we got in here as far as the pack. Ooh, this came with 2 packs. No, it's 1 pack. The way that was folded, it looked like 2 packs in here. I'm like, oh, somebody messed up. Our pack is Score. 2015 Score, so not a terrible pack to get. Let's go ahead and start digging through this. Football season is well underway. As I record this, of course, the Titans are dealing with some COVID issues. Let's get the focus right, and then we'll start digging. All right, Reggie Wayne, PC card. Very nice. Bernie Kosar, another PC card. This is turning out great. Just starting off, this is from 1987. Bernie Kosar tops. Bernie Kosar also a Miami Hurricane. Jeff Alm from Notre Dame. Shout out Joe Mansman. Ronaldo Turnbull. Tony Casillas. Stephon Page. There's a Nate Odoms. Got a famous Jameis right here. We got a LaShawn McCoy, Absolute. Good to see some Absolute in here. Here's a famous Jameis, Charles Mann. Hall of Famer, I believe. We got an All-Madden team, Darrell Green. Once considered the fastest man in the NFL. We got a Russell Wilson optic. It's not a bad card. OBJ, getting some stars in here. Is it AD? All day, Adrian Peterson. So some chrome and optic in here, or optic really, since Panini has the NFL rights. So Clay Matthews optic, so some shiny in here. Is it Eric Davis, Devonta Freeman, Florida State, Sean McCoy. He's a Glenn Milburn. Ooh, Mean Green, Terrence Mathis, and Don Beebe. Of course, many remember the video of him falling on top of his head. What he got undercut. Here's an Amendola for the Patriots. Garyon Conley, Sterling Shepard, Keenan Allen. Here's a rookie of Marshawn Lattimore. Not too bad. Miles Austin, he kind of came out of nowhere, was a star for the Cowboys. Greg Jennings. Reminds me of that video. Here's a Chandler Harnish, rookie. Chandler Harnish, QB from Northern Illinois. We got, who is that? Deshaun Goldson, Brent Selleck. Here's a Bart Starr Pro set. Another Glenn Milburn. That's a double. Here's a Plaxico Burress. Of course, he's remembered for shooting his own self in the leg with a pistol. All right. These are all flipped over. Rodney Holman. It's a great card right there. Of Dan Salumua. I don't remember how to say his name. It's a great photo there. Here's a Blake Bortles. Rookies and Stars. LeGarrette Blunt. Antoine Cason. Derek Thomas, Hall of Famer. Marquise Goodwin. Bilal Powell. Cameron Jordan. Pierre Garcon. Hunter Henry. Here's a rookie of David Wilson. David Wilson was a beast in college, Virginia Tech. I thought he was going to be all everything when he got to the league. Had some fumble issues. Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn gave the blueprint on how to get paid in the NFL. You, when the starter goes down and you're a backup, you come in, you perform well, and then you sign somewhere else for a lot of money, and then you get beat out by Russell Wilson in training camp. Still get that fat contract, and then go back to being a backup. Here's a Whitney Marcellus rookie. Alright, here's another Kane card. Greg Olson. Very nice. So I haven't got any Dolphins yet. Who's this? Tim McDonald. Another Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas is such a beast. Of course, tragically passed away in a car accident. Brian Mitchell. Lawrence Phillips. Part of those great Nebraska teams in the mid-90s. Here's a Neil Smith. Neil Smith was a beast as well. Defensive end. And Dan Williams. Alright. I'm liking this box so far. I've only gotten 3 PC cards. But it's been really fun to go through this and look at some of these names in here. It's Sammy Coates. Tim Hightower. Select. Who is that? Number 63. That is Dermonte Dawson. You got Matt Jones, the Gator. Reggie Cobb. Todd Pinkston. I was always afraid Todd Pinkston was going to get hurt. He had such a lean frame. There we go. Another PC card right there. Mr. Ed Reed. Ed Reed, of course, Ed Reed is now employed by the University of Miami as chief of operations or something like that. There's a Ben Coates. Ben Coates is a good tight end. Scott Case. Ken Doger, another good tight end. I don't know if this is miscut or if that's the design of it. I'm guessing that's the design of that. There's a Reggie Cobb. There's a Norm Johnson, longtime kicker. Who's this? Scott Conover. Now Colt Phillip Rivers. One of my favorite quarterbacks all time right there. Randall Cunningham. Napoleon Kaufman. Was part of the two-headed beast in Oakland. I can't remember who his teammate was. It was Kaufman, and there was another running back they had at the same time. It was really good. Thurman Thomas, Hall of Famer. Here's a Joey Galloway. Premier Prospects. Torrey Smith. And a Winston Moss. Not sure which Moss this is for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, as far as PC cards, only got 4, so a little bit under my PC ranking. But of course, we do have a pack of score we could open, so we might find a Dolphin or another Kane in here. Plus, got some pretty cool shiny cards in here as well, along with a Russell Wilson, OBJ, AP, and a Clay Matthews Gridiron King. So, pretty solid cards there to pick up. 2015 score. Let's take a look what we got in here. We either got a hit or a dummy card in there. I'm imagining it's probably a dummy card. That's what it looks like. Looks like a dummy card in there. But you never know. So we got... see if we get faked out here. Alright, we got a green right here. I guess we're starting with the good stuff first. Jeremy Hill, sophomore selections, green parallel. We got Andrews Pete. We got a big Danny Shelton. Bud Dupree. Hey, there we go. Team leaders, Dolphins. Looks like we got a kid reporter right behind it. This has got Tannehill, Lamar Miller, Mike Wallace, and Cameron Wake, the Beast. Nope. And a Jerry Rice, Gridiron Heritage. Pretty cool. We got kid reporter. We got Charles Johnson. There's a OBJ. We got a Geno Smith. Carlos Dunlap. John Carlson. Tom Brady, the great outdoors. Never go wrong with pulling on a Tom Brady, and we got a big dummy, you big dummy card. But these are always helpful. I use these the right to, whenever somebody wins the giveaway stash, usually send them one of those dummy cards if I have one. It wasn't a bad rip, so really enjoyed this Fairfield box. Enjoyed it a lot more than the newer boxes. We're only getting 50 cards. It just doesn't feel like a Fairfield, but 5 cards for the PC. So we hit our quota, 5 cards. So I'll take it. And yeah, let's send it back to the host. All right, that was a really fun box of Fairfield. I don't know why I'm jabbing this pen at you, but that was a really fun box of Fairfield. Really enjoyed that one. The newer boxes without the windows, where you only get 50 cards, those aren't as enjoyable because you don't have that bulk. I don't understand why they lowered it down to 50 cards. I guess because Fairfield maybe, or Excel marketing, I guess they're running out of football cards, I would imagine. So they can't put as many in the box. It's just a volume game thing to Excel marketing. But for $5, that was a really fun box. There was quite a few Canes cards in there. One Dolphins card that came out of the pack. It was just fun to go through and reminisce about like all these other players that we've seen. I've mentioned before, I'm a huge football fan. Love football more than baseball. So like when I rip like a Fairfield baseball and I'm pulling all these players from the 80s, I talked about it before. I didn't start following baseball until 91. This is when I moved to Georgia, became a Braves fan. That was when I really started following baseball. So like players in the 90s in baseball, they bring that nostalgia. But like I never witnessed a lot of these players that were big in the 80s that bring back a lot of nostalgia for other people. Players like Steve Garvey and Steve Sachs, Bo Jackson in baseball. Players that had meaningful careers in the 80s, but didn't really have meaningful careers beyond the 80s, and may bring back nostalgia for a lot of people that were collecting as kids back then. While like even some of those pitchers like Dave Righetti and Frank Tanana, those don't really resonate. Those names don't resonate with me like a name like Barry Sanders or Christian Okoye or Walter Payton, Mike Singletary. Names like that resonate with me because I was a football fan first. I watched football in the 80s. I knew these players when I was a kid, but I just wasn't collecting back then. So I get a lot of enjoyment out of Fairfield footballs because of the nostalgia it brings. Seeing these players. Randall Cunningham. God, I was a huge Randall Cunningham fan as a kid. I grew up a Dolphins fan. Growing up in South Florida, football is king. There was no baseball team back then. There was no basketball team back then. The Heat weren't even around yet. They didn't come around until like 89. Football was king down there. It was the Canes and Dolphins. It was their city. And both teams had some modicum of success back in the 80s, which even grew on it more. Miami is a football town. Don't get me wrong. Miami is a football town. The Heat have had success winning 3 championships. And some may think Miami is a basketball town. No, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people in Miami that are very fanatical about the Heat. Miami should be a great baseball town because of all the Latin American community down there with baseball. In fact, if you saw where the World Baseball Classic was played in Miami Stadium and the Dominican Republic was playing, it was crazy. Like the turnout for that was amazing. And I'm sure if the Marlins had some sustained success, they could draw big crowds, but they would have to sustain it. That's the problem with the Marlins franchise is, they've had success. They've won 2 world championships, but after winning 2 world championships, they've had fire sales, and they've just hadn't even tried to sustain that success. They've been bad. In between those 2 world championships, they've been bad, like real bad. They've won 2 World Series, never won a division title. Have just never had that sustained, 5, 6, 7 year run of having a playoff team. And I think Miami could support a baseball team if they were able to sustain for a while. Miami loves a winner. They don't turn out for mediocre teams. So you can watch any Miami game, whether it's a Hurricanes game or Dolphins game. If you look at the crowd, you can tell how successful a season that team is having, or how successful the outlook for that season is. If there's a Hurricanes team that's ranked in the top 10 and they're playing a big opponent like a Notre Dame or a Clemson or a Florida State, that stadium will sell out. But however, if the Hurricanes are having a bad season and they're playing Florida State, a Notre Dame, or Clemson, you're going to see a lot of empty seats in that because people don't want to go watch their team lose in Miami. It's not that type of town. But man, I've been rambling about Miami here for a little while. I need to get into the outro. So let's go ahead and say what today's quote is. Today's quote comes from the French writer Voltaire. And he says, "Every man is guilty of all the good they do not do." Or, sorry, I read it wrong. Every man is guilty of all the good he did not do. So it's not saying you should be guilty if you don't do something good. But just think about all the good you can be doing. Don't take it as a sense of guilt, like, I need to be guilty because I didn't do this good for somebody else. Just know that your opportunity is there to do good every day, no matter how small. Stop your car, let somebody cross the street. Let somebody merge onto the highway in front of you. Something as simple as that. Opening a door for somebody. Buying somebody a coffee. Sending somebody an envelope full of baseball cards. You never know what's going to make somebody's day. If you make somebody's day, they're going to feel better. And they're more likely to make somebody else's day. It's these little improvements that we can do as, human beings to each other. Treat each other better. That can go a long way. They can make a big difference in somebody's day. Somebody could be having a really crappy day, and you could just say, "Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you." You don't know. You may have been the only person to speak to that person that day. That person can have nobody in their life and really be struggling maybe with something like depression or something like that. And just for you to acknowledge them can mean a huge difference in their mental health for the day. So just keep an eye out for those opportunities for you to do good. And there's plenty of them throughout the day, no matter how small. Little tiny opportunities where I can be selfish and do this for myself, or I can be generous and do this for somebody else. And that happens multiple times every day for everybody. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Hope you all enjoy that quote. I'm going to leave it at that. BBGB number 33 is still filling at the time of this recording. I'm not sure if it'll be filled up or not by Wednesday when I usually release these. So, but definitely check out Cardhobbyist.com. The link's in the description below. If you want to get on the next BBGB, it's $8 for 2 teams. A lot of fun. Love hanging out and chatting with you. That break is all about fun. I do a stupid little hit dance with the cards if we get a surprise hit. But it's just a lot of fun just going and chatting and rambling just about whatever people type in chat. We've gone on some philosophical rambles. We've gotten into discussions, not really arguments about, which player is better than which player. It's just been a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. So I really hope to rip that one on Sunday if we get a few more spots filled in that break. But thanks again, everybody, for watching. I appreciate all of you. Remember, you can only control 2 things: that's your thoughts and your actions. So stay positive. Keep ripping them packs. Do something good for somebody. Because, making somebody's day is really what we need, just to make the world a better place. All we got to do is look for those opportunities to do good for somebody else and not just ourselves. I'll quit rambling there. I'll catch you all next week. Peace.